It is a shocking statistic. The loss of biodiversity on the planet could put up to 1 million species at risk of extinction. One way it's being addressed is this: Indigenous guardians on the land, learning and reporting in areas like British Columbia's Central Coast to protect species such as salmon.
I'm happy to see this, but historically there was a lot more.
Next week, when COP15, the UN Convention on Biological Diversity, comes to Montreal, Indigenous nations from around the world will promote new partnerships to lead the way in sustaining lands while respecting Indigenous rights.
Protecting healthy lands, waters, plants, animals. It also supports our cultures and our way of life and our knowledge systems and our communities' well-being.
The United Nations COP15 goal is 30 by 30, protect 30% of the land and oceans by 2030. Canada is about halfway there. From Yukon and northern British Columbia and across all provinces and territories, Ottawa is funding Indigenous-led initiatives to protect biodiversity. One region is the Seal River Watershed Indigenous Protected Area in northern Manitoba. The watershed is pristine and a storehouse for 2 billion tons of carbon. The Indigenous people who've lived in the region for generations are becoming the recognized stewards of the land.
We understand that this work we're doing, it's a process in respecting our vision for the watershed, respecting our voices. We are working together to protect this land for our future, for our children's children, for Canadians, for people around the world.
In all, more than 24 Indigenous protected areas could see more than 500,000 square kilometers conserved across the country.
I have faith that the country of Canada will continue down this path of increasing its conservation.
In Montreal, police are also preparing for COP15 and potential disruption from protesters unhappy with the influence of industrial interests at the summit. But inside, the aim will be to find agreement among governments, Indigenous nations and others to slow and ultimately stop the loss of the world's biodiversity. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.